Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to chair a crucial all-party meet with leaders from Jammu and Kashmir. That's at 3 this afternoon. Along with Prime Minister Modi, there will be representation from the central government by Union Ministers Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh and Jitendra Singh. NSA Ajit Doval, we're being told, could also attend the meeting. The Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha will also be present. Now, the government has invited 14 leaders from Jammu and Kashmir, and they belong to different various political parties and thoughts. Among the invitees are former chief ministers like Mehbooba Mufti, Farooq Abdullah, Omar Abdullah. You've got deputy chief ministers, heads of mainstream political parties, all of whom will come together. This is, importantly, the first such political exercise after the Modi government decided to abrogate Article 370 back on August 5th, 2019. This meeting is likely aimed at resuming the electoral process in Jammu and Kashmir after the completion of the delimitation exercise.
It could be first thaw in the bitter standoff between the centre and the political parties in the valley.
अनुच्छेद 370 के सभी खंड लागू नहीं होंगे, सिवाय खंड 1 के नामक तदनुसार पढ़ा जाएगा.
For the first time after the dramatic steps taken in 2019, the warring Kashmir parties will sit across the table at a meeting called by the Prime Minister on Thursday. The decision by 4 former chief ministers, Farooq, Mehbooba, Omar and Ghulam Nabi Azad, to hold a dialogue with the Prime Minister has given a glimmer of hope on Jammu Kashmir's future. The Prime Minister's all-party meeting is likely to focus on the delimitation exercise in Jammu and Kashmir, but it will also give the Gupkar Alliance an opportunity to put forth its demands.
प्राइम मिनिस्टर से मिलने जा रहे हैं, जो मुल्क के प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं, नेचुरली पूरे खुले मन से जा रहे हैं.
हमें उम्मीद है कि हम अपने जो मौक़िफ़ है उसको वहाँ पे वज़ीर आज़म साहब और होम मिनिस्टर साहब के सामने रखें.
The Jammu-based leadership too expects to gain, although there is a feeling that the Prime Minister's meeting has a more valley-focused agenda.
बिल्कुल हम कहते हैं कि ये अदर देन पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, इस तरह के ग्रुप जो ऑलरेडी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया जिनको किसी न मुख्तलिफ रूप में कंसल्ट करती रही है, ऑन बोर्ड लेती रही है, और उनकी बड़ी बात भारतीय जनता पार्टी वोट लेने के लिए तो करती थी, तो उनको सुना जाना चाहिए था, जिस तरह से राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंस कांग्रेस पार्टी करती आई है.
एक मन से, एक भाव से, समभाव से आ रहे हैं और सभी इस बैठक का हिस्सा बनेंगे, अपना अपना पक्ष रखेंगे.
Thursday's all-party huddle is the first major political outreach by Prime Minister Modi after the scrapping of Article 370 and splitting of the state into 2 union territories.
वज़ीर आज़म साहब, अगर कोई रास्ता है कि लोगों की उमंगों को, जो लोगों को ठेस लगी है 5 अगस्त 2019 को, अगर उसको किसी तरीके से उनकी उन जज्बात और एहसासात को थोड़ा सा मलहम हो जाए, वो देखा जाए, वो हमारी स्टेटहुड जो सबसे पुरानी रियासत थी इस मुल्क में, उसे बहाल किया जाए, हमारे डेमोक्रेटिक इंस्टीट्यूशंस को इमीडिएटली डेमोक्रेसी वहाँ बहाल की जाए, इलेक्शंस हों.
What is clear is that the meeting is aimed at resuming the electoral process in Jammu and Kashmir after the completion of delimitation exercises. It's also an effort to remove the trust deficit between the valley and New Delhi. But the road to peace and stability is full of challenges. While the level of violence has reduced in Kashmir, incidents of terror continue almost on daily basis in the valley, with policemen and citizens coming under attack. Still, from Srinagar to Jammu to Delhi, all eyes will be on the Prime Minister's meeting. Can it be the icebreaker that Jammu and Kashmir desperately needs? That's the big question. Bureau Report, India Today.
The Gupkar Alliance has decided to be a part of the meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi today. And let's break down what their stand is on several issues with regards to the valley. First, on Article 370, they completely differ with the centre and they've sought restoration of Article 370. Similarly, on the issue of Jammu and Kashmir's special status and statehood, they want restoration again of statehood. And they've made this clear time and again. As far as Pakistan is concerned, this perhaps is the most controversial stand of the Gupkar alliance. They've said time and again that they want dialogue with Pakistan. They want the centre to step in and resume talks with Pakistan on Jammu and Kashmir. And let's take this across to Pooja Shali. She's joining us live with the details of this all-party meet. So, Pooja, at this point, several issues will be no doubt raised in this meeting, the first of its kind since Article 370 was abrogated in the Valley. Is there a clear-cut agenda that's really been laid out ahead of the meeting?
So what exactly do we know for sure right now? Akshita, is one, that there is no official agenda. However, there is a likelihood of delimitation being discussed, and that elections can be scheduled by next year or even end of this year. And therefore, the criticism for Modi government was you did not take into account the JNK-based parties, and that perhaps could be the outreach program today. Two, Jammu is alleging that they have often not got the seats they deserve, and the delimitation exercise should give them those seats. So the Jammu side is going to put that view. Third, Kashmir-based leaders, Mehbooba Mufti, Sajjad Lone, Tariq Ami, all these leaders have started to arrive, Farooq Abdullah, by afternoon. And they will be saying that all stakeholders must be taken into account, restore statehood, bring back Article 370. And Mehbooba Mufti even saying that Pakistan is a stakeholder. There should be talks if required with Pakistan. But fourth and most important, what next for J&K? Remember, today is going to be an awaited day for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. They will want to see when are elections going to take place, who's going to lead the elections, because Modi government in 2019 had said this is going to be Naya Kashmir, this is going to be a new dawn. Will it be the same old leadership? Will there be new netas coming to the fore? And importantly, if delimitation takes place, how will the seats be distributed? Very important day, and all parties also realize, remember Akshita, in J&K, that this could be their moment to come back into politics, into mainstream, into power this time, if all goes well with the Prime Minister today at the meeting. Akshita.
All right, very, very crucial meet this. Pooja, thank you for all those details. Now, what exactly will be the impact of delimitation in Jammu and Kashmir? Essentially, it will change how elections are held. Assembly seats will increase from 107 to 114. What does that mean? Why does it matter? Well, it means that Jammu will get more seats. Jammu's always complained that it's very unfairly distributed, that Kashmir has a bigger say than Jammu. So that will change. Seats will also be reserved for the SC and ST community. And this is as per the Indian constitution. It's a norm in every part of the country. It will be a norm in Jammu and Kashmir too. Ladakh will be separated from Jammu and Kashmir. So they will also have elections, but Ladakh has their own identity. Now, all of these steps will essentially pave the way for elections in a different way from before in Jammu and Kashmir, where the authorities believe it will be more fair and evenly distributed. So the countdown is on for that crucial meeting that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be a part of, deemed his biggest political outreach to Jammu and Kashmir political leaders. Now, the Congress party has politicized this huddle by alleging that the centre has invited only select people from Jammu and Kashmir. The Congress spokesperson Ravinder Sharma has accused the centre of ignoring Jammu-based groups and Kashmiri migrant pundits. The party said that the centre should have invited political groups from Jammu and has instead focused only on Kashmir. The party spokesperson claimed that unlike UPA, the BJP has neglected the socio-political organizations of Jammu and preferred not to even invite them for the all-party meeting.
देर से आया दुरुस्त है, लेकिन डायलॉग का सिलसिला ने शुरू किया और ये कांग्रेस की सोच थी कि डायलॉग के जरिए ही कहीं चीज़ का हल होता है। आज इस सरकार ने महसूस किया कि वो सोच कि आज ज़रूरत है, समय की पुकार है। छोटे छोटे भी दल यहाँ पे हो, उनको भी ऑन बोर्ड लेना चाहिए था और मैं समझता हूँ कि ऑलरेडी देर काफ़ी हो चुकी है। भाजपा की तरफ से जो हमेशा दावे यहाँ पे करती थी, कहीं कहीं टाइम फेस होती दिखाई दे जा रही है। अगर अपनी पार्टी जिनका जन्म भी अब थोड़ी देर पहले यहाँ पे हुआ, अगर वो बुलाए जा सकते हैं तो दूसरे लोगों को मन में कोई शंक शुबा ना रहे, उनको भी ऑन बोर्ड लेना चाहिए।
देखिए, बिल्कुल दुरुस्त बात है कि जब आप पॉलिटिकल पार्टी से बात करने जा रहे हैं, आपने बड़े अरसे के बाद इनिशिएटिव अगर लिया है, तो वो तमाम राजनीतिक दल जो कि राजनीतिक दल हैं, रिकॉग्नाइज्ड रजिस्टर्ड पार्टीज हैं, नेशनल पार्टीज भी कई जो हैं जिनका ज़्यादा आधार जम्मू में है, उनको छोड़ा गया, क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी नहीं चाहती कि जम्मू से और कोई रिप्रेजेंट करे।
Let me take this across now to Maushami Singh. She's joining us live from Ghulam Nabi Azad's residence in Delhi. Remember that the Congress has made it clear that they are going to be a part of this important all-party meeting. Maushami, good morning. Will be interesting to see what are the issues the Congress raises in this particular meeting, because, you know, some senior Congress leaders have made very controversial statements in the past with regards to Article 370, and will be interesting to see what exactly the Congress's stand is in this meeting.
See, clearly, a very good morning to all our viewers. It's a historical day today as the Prime Minister, launches an outreach. This is the first political outreach by the central government to the political leadership in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And that's why it becomes very crucial what the Congress Party's stand is. It had vehemently opposed the way the Article 370 was abrogated in the Parliament. Though right now the Congress is adopting the wait-and-watch approach, the regional leaders can have their own say and have their own mind and express their views. But as far as the Congress High Command and the Delhi leadership of the party is concerned, they really feel that the agenda of the meeting has not yet been circulated. So it would be incorrect, in fact, politically to take a stand on the issue. Once the agenda is circulated in the meeting and other parties are also present, the Congress will take a stand there and then. That's what has been decided, even as the Congress group on Jammu and Kashmir, that includes former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, had deliberated on how the Congress is going to go ahead. But having burnt its fingers with several leaders expressing divergent views, this time round the Congress party is a bit wary and keeping its cards close to the heart.
All right, we'll be tracking this very closely to see what the Congress's strategy is also going to be in this meeting. Maushami, thank you for those details.